Hello and welcome to CodiumAI. Today we are diving into an exciting project at the intersection of computer vision and human-computer interaction. In this video, we will explore the capabilities of the deep case library and how CodiumAI can assist us in creating a comprehensive test suite. Before diving into testing, let's briefly discuss what deep case is all about. Deep case is a powerful library that leverages convolutional neural networks for various tasks, including face detection, head pose estimation, motion detection, and classification. Now let's go ahead and look at our code. Here you can see that I have opened the file motiondetection.py, and it has a load of these classes and these functions, which helps us perform motion detection. Let's explore the first class, diffMotionDetector. This class contains the initialize method, the setBackground method, the getBackground method, and the returnMask method. So to use CodiumAI, we can install its extension on VS Code. Here on the right side, you can see that I have already installed the extension. Once you have installed the extension, you would be able to see the test this class and test this method options. Finally, after clicking on test this class, you would be able to see the test suites, code explanation, and the code suggestions generated by CodiumAI. Let's first explore the code explanation. It contains the summary of the class, the example usage, and the code analysis. Now let's move on to the code suggestions. These are also pretty useful suggestions. For example, the first one is for performance. So if you want to accept the suggestion, you just have to click on select, prepare the code changes, and apply this to the actual code. Now finally move on to the test suite. Here you can see that we have 6 test cases generated by CodiumAI. So to execute all the tests, we will simply click on Run All Tests. We would have to wait a few seconds until CodiumAI is done with the execution. Here you can see that all the test cases have passed except the last one. So what is CodiumAI is doing here? It is analyzing the failure and telling why the test case has failed. We can look at the code where the test case has failed, possible test issue, and the possible code issue. Well, I will simply click on Run and autofix this test case, so CodiumAI will reflect upon it and create a new test case for me. Let's see what happens next. Here you can see that the code has failed again, so we would have to wait for a few seconds more. While CodiumAI is doing that, let's explore the first test case. This initial test case is checking whether the setBackground method of a diffMotionDetector class correctly sets the background image when given a valid image. If the background image is set correctly, the getBackground method should return a none value. Now let's look at the breakdown of what this test does. It creates an instance of the diffMotionDetector class named detector. It reads an image, background.jpg, using OpenCV's cv2.imread function. Then it calls the setBackground method of the detector instance, passing the loaded image. And finally, it uses an assertion to check whether the result of detector.background is not none. If it is not none, the test will pass. Otherwise, it will fail. So we would have to make sure that you have the following setup before running the test. You have the background.jpg image in the same directory as the test script, or provide the correct path to the image. Here I have the background.jpg image. Now the next one is that you have the diffMotionDetector class implemented with the setBackground and getBackground methods. And finally, you have the necessary libraries including OpenCV imported and installed in your Python environment. Now let's look at the final test case. The final test case has also passed, so we can open all these test cases as a file and we are done.